Well, hello. Welcome back to Toy Thursday with Johnny Tiger on October 6th, 2022. You're looking at, yeah, what's up with that? That's just an old hat. That's one of my old hats. I got that hat from a fishing event, and I never actually wore it outside. Well, I don't wear it inside either. It just basically hang there on the rack behind the door and being ignored. I have like five hats, and I don't really wear them. I hate wearing hats as a general rule, um, especially how considering like you put on the hat and then if you want to take it off later, you suddenly your hair is all weird and flat and you got this that flat head look. I can't stand that. That's why I don't usually wear hats because I kind of feel like if I put on a hat, then I'm stuck having to wear it for the rest of the day because as soon as I take it off, my hair is all weird. So why am I showing you guys a ordinary old hat? Because today, supposedly, is Mad Hatter Day. What is Mad Hatter Day? Well, Mad Hatter Day actually started in 1986 when a bunch of young computer programmers, I didn't even know they existed in 1986, computer programmers. I didn't think they became a thing until like maybe 1996. But anyway, 1986, a bunch of young programmers decided to petition for Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland to become an officially recognized icon and should be something that have be celebrated, that have a Mad Hatter Day. For those of you that don't know, the Mad Hatter is also a villain in Batman. Is one of the more, I would say, minor league Batman villains. Always annoying, but never really all that threatening. Definitely not on the same level as the Joker or the Scarecrow. However, I don't actually have a Mad Hatter action figure. Surprise, there's actually action figures I don't have. Yeah, I don't know why it should be such a surprise. There's a lot of action figures that I don't have. Um, and Mad Hatter is one of them. But I do have the next best thing. So let me introduce you to our representative for Mad Hatter Day. Introducing the villainous, very ever annoying Madcap. Who is Madcap? If you didn't know, if you don't know, well, that's very normal because Madcap is such a minor league villain. Most people don't know that he exists. In fact, he's so minor that most people wouldn't have expected that an action figure of him would ever be made. And it, technically speaking, didn't, but we'll get into that, yeah, after I give you the rundown of who Madcap is. You see, the person who became the villainous Madcap used to be a regular guy. He was a very religious young man who, along with his parents and his sister, Katie, I don't know why we have a name for the sister, but we don't have a name for the man himself. But anyway, the man uh, who later will became Madcap, uh, him and his parents and his sister Katie joined a field trip organized by the church, and basically there were 40 of them, 40 people on the bus, and they were going to go attend some kind of really cool religious experience. Just happened, uh, they got caught up in an accident arranged by some villainous scientist. In order to, the scientists were in the process of destroying one of their experimental chemicals, and everyone on the bus died in the explosion, other than uh, the young man who ended up getting covered in this experimental chemical. Went into a coma for a little bit and woke up, and When he realized that his parents were dead, his sister was dead, and everyone on the bus was dead, he was the only survivor. He got hit with such a survivor's guilt that he ran out on the street and threw himself in front of a car, trying to commit suicide. And to his shock and dismay, he survived. The car couldn't kill him. Whatever damage was done by the car, he simply regenerates at an alarming speed, and he didn't feel pain at all. And this simply drove him mad. The young man who used to be so good natured and religious became bitter and insane and believed that if he couldn't feel pain, no one in the world would feel pain as well. And then that's when he started to realize that that was not just the extent of his superpower. Along with being nearly uncurable, have mad level of regeneration ability, and no pain whatsoever. He also has the ability to control other people's mind, driving them insane just by establishing eye contact with them. Now calling himself the Madcap, he stole a Harlequin costume and went on a crime spree. His only goal was to hopefully get himself killed so he could be at peace. Eventually, he came across superheroes such as Daredevil, Captain America, and so on and so on, and none of them were able to help him or contain him. Finally, one day, the Madcap crossed paths with his soon-to-be arch-nemesis, the sometimes superhero, sometimes supervillain, most of the time very annoying mercenary named Deadpool. Now, we have done a Deadpool episode before, and so I'm not going to go into the whole uh, spiel about Deadpool, but most of you that somewhat familiar with the character know that Deadpool is also known for having mad level of regeneration ability. Like you can literally blow him to pieces, explode a bomb over him, and he can grow back. Like that is Deadpool. Deadpool, Wolverine, Sabretooth are some of the greatest character in Marvel history that can regenerate like that. So Madcap ran into Deadpool, and the two of them started fighting. And Madcap tried to use his superpower to drive Deadpool insane, but he realized to his shock that it wasn't working because Deadpool is already quite insane, as most of us know. So yeah, you can't make him crazier than he already is. And then the two of them realized that both of them had this mad level crazy ability to regenerate from any kind of injury. So they started fighting and hurting each other, trying to figure out which one of them had the better regeneration ability. During their fight, the Thunder God Thor passed by overhead, and he saw the two of them fighting, and he decided, well, hell, these two guys are comparing who can regenerate better. Let me give them a hand. So Thor hit them with the lightning bolt, while the two of them were grappling and holding onto each other and trying to choke each other to death. And the lightning bolt burned both of them to ashes. And out of that pile of ashes, only one person emerged, one person regenerated, and it was Deadpool. So, yeah, it seemed like victory went to Deadpool, right? Well, not so fast, because apparently, even though Madcap did not regenerate his body, his mind was now merged with Deadpool's mind. So this is why, for the longest time, when you see Deadpool in comic book, you often see captions, bubbles, like he's talking to himself, and there's like would be a white caption, like some of the voices would be in a white box. Those are actually voices of the madcap inside his mind. So these two are now fused into one body, and it's not until much later when during a battle the body got ripped in half, and each of the half grew back into a full person, and one turned into the original Deadpool, and the other turned into Madcap, and that's how the two finally got separated and could went about their own way. Even though they were now separated, the experience of being merged with Deadpool's quite insane mind kind of traumatized Madcap and made him even more crazier than before, and he decided to make the rest of his life dedicated to trying to destroy Deadpool's life. So he got himself registered with Deadpool's mercenary group and trying to be near Deadpool. And anytime he could, he would be messing with Deadpool. And finally, one day he came to the conclusion that there's really nothing he could do to Deadpool because Deadpool already messed himself out really, really bad. There's nothing he could do to Deadpool that Deadpool has not already done to himself. So, in the fit of petty rage and bitterness, and also he was kind of curious, he took an alien gun, like a big laser gun, that could destroy a person at the molecular level, and he aimed it at himself and destroyed himself on the molecular level. Aye, 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 but even that did not keep him dead. Madcap very soon regenerated, grew back into a new body, and just very disappointed that he wasn't able to die, and went on tormenting Deadpool whenever he got a chance. So that is essentially Madcap, a very minor character, like I said, and but has crazy amount of regeneration ability that can. I mean, the guy shot himself with the alien gun and was able to regenerate from that. That's crazy. Yeah. Other than that, other than the ability to drive other people crazy and the ability to regenerate and not feel pain, he's a very normal kind of supervillain. Like his strength level, his speed, and all that stuff is just normal human thing. Like Madcap uh, does not have super strength. He's not super fast. He's like an average guy as far as speed and agility and strength go. And he doesn't have like crazy kind of military training like Wolverine or Deadpool. He's not like a master ninja assassin like Deadpool, although he can definitely dress up to look like one. Now, let's look at this action figure. This action figure was released by Hasbro, I believe, about 2018. I think this was 2018, either 2018 or 2019, so 2 or 3 years ago. And this, actually, technically speaking, is not Madcap. Now I know that is confusing. Okay, so uh, what's going on? This was actually a Deadpool action figure. This is Deadpool in the X-Men uniform. So it's like yellow and black, or it's actually blue, but it looks black, like kind of yellow and black, and you can see a bit of a Deadpool's red regular color underneath that. Um, However, the Deadpool action figure came with an alternate head, and that head was the character Madcap. The head also came with this gigantic purple hat that you can put on his head. So, because I already have quite a few Deadpool action figures, I thought to myself, oh well, what the heck? Because Madcap liked to disguise himself as Deadpool and to mess with Deadpool a lot of time. So I just took the Deadpool head off, stuck the Madcap head on there, and call it a day. I mean, it's not totally accurate, no, because Madcap was never as muscular as Deadpool. But yeah, it's still it's passing. It's okay. I doubt we'll ever get an actual Madcap action figure, so this will have to do for now. It looked pretty cool on the shelf, and it let me find a way to use a Deadpool that I don't really want to begin with. Now, because this was a Deadpool body, it is very slender, muscular, and very well articulated. I mean, for most of the entirety of this video, you see me put him in some crazy, crazy poses, and yeah, he can get into so many poses. This body has over 30 joints, very, very well articulated. Just a lot of fun to move around and pose him. And he comes with these two scabbards on his back, in which his sword, his katana, can fit into. And he's actually articulated well enough that he can reach back, look like he's going to draw the sword from his back, even though I talked about this before. This cannot be done with katana. You can't carry a katana on your back and draw it from your back, okay? It just I don't care how cool it look in video game or movie, you can't do that. It doesn't work. If it's a short sword, then you can do it. But a katana, no. Go try it sometime. If you have a decoration, katana decoration at home, uh, strap it to your back and try to draw it. I can tell you it doesn't work. Okay, but hey, it's an action figure, so whatever. It look cool. In addition to the two katana and the sheath, he also come with this giant machine gun rifle. I don't know what kind of gun that is, but he can hold it and try to menace your other action figure with it. And of course, in addition to the sword and gun, he also comes with an additional head, so you can display him as Madcap or Deadpool. And then there's a hat that's removable from the head. Now, the Madcap head is this creepy looking uh, yellow mask that make it look like a skull. Uh, the yellow doesn't really match the yellow on the suit. That is what I was told. But hey, this is one instance where being blind is a little bit of a blessing in disguise. Because I can't see it, it doesn't bother me. The head fits on there fine, so I don't have to worry about if the color don't exactly match. Okay, so yeah, a little bit of a mm, timely denial, and I get myself a Madcap action figure. All in all, this, even though not exactly what I say a good action figure, because I think by this time we have way too many Deadpools, we don't really need another one. It's a well-made action figure, and if you can look past the little bit of discrepancy in color, you can turn it into the Madcap character, and yeah, it's pretty decent, at least in my opinion. Thank you for checking out today's Toy Thursday, and we'll be back again tomorrow for some Fitness Friday. For now, have a good night.